advisory function. We don't fit into the legal process. Ours is just an opinion that is passed on to the District Council for them to consider. So we have no statutory powers. Sorry about this. CMO. Right. No, I think that does actually cover it. That's all I need to say.
Do you want to let the members know who these are?
Right, thank you. Right, okay, fine. So Chris Canfield, I'm chair of the Plans A, also councillor for West.
I am Harry Gillam, councillor for Harpenden Town.
Good evening, I'm Councillor Chris Harpenden, Town Councillor for Harpenden. And I'm Heather Scott, the Office of the Town Council at part of this meeting.
Thank you very much. Right, okay. Any policies, perhaps?
Yes, Councillor Weaver.
Thank you. Any declarations of interest? No. Thank you. Right, minutes of the meeting, planning advisory committee held on 15 2017. Yes, I'd like to deal with any factual inaccuracies. Should be no, there should be no matters arising. Then sign over to your minutes.
Sign those?
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Any public questions in accordance with State Laws 22 and 23?
No, none of them received.
Right, okay, we're considering applications registered for the week ending 22nd of June, 13th July, 26th, 29th of June, 20th of July, 6th July and 27th of July as set out in Appendix A.
No,
sorry,
so
3 week period that expires 27th
yeah.
of July, beg your pardon. Thank you. They're all 3 week periods, but we're partway through that one, so if anything's come on, we've got it already. So, right.
What's that? From the first,
For
the first
final
week,
one.
the District Council accepts the recommendations for that period ending Friday.
Right, letters of objection.
Okay, yes, so we have a letter of objection for 3 applications. One of them for 10 Alderson Lane, which will be taken as the first item, although it's later on the agenda. The 38 Stewart Road, which we also have speakers here again. And number 12, Netherfield Road, who are jointly, do we have anyone here representing? Okay, so we can take the first item as being number 10, Alderson Lane, which is on page 19. And I believe I have 2 speakers. So I have Helen Edge to speak against, okay, and Mike Peters to speak for. Correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Right, so the order that we normally take is that we have the objector speak first, and then we have the applicant speak for. Okay, afterwards. So just bear with me a second, I'll get the paper back in front of this. And if you want to come up and take a seat at the table so that council can hear you, and you can make reference to the drawings in front of you.
Thank you.
Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, I have taken the opportunity to list out a number of the concerns that were highlighted in the letter of objection into one sheet, just so that it's obviously much more concise and easy for us to prepare. further drawings, but I feel that these ones show these sites more clearly, especially this one here, which has got outlined the existing site, or the outline of the existing property, and then we have the blue outline, which shows where there was previous approval for extension on the particular site. Okay. Mrs. H, you want to come and see?
Yeah. Where do you want to sit? Anyway.
Yeah, just
Anyway.
say, yeah.
Hi.
Seat next to Stuart.
Just to be clear that before we start, this is 518-1621, 10 Orchard Lane.
Okay, when you're ready.
So I wasn't intending to point to drawings, but I'll go through the points that we wanted to make, and if you've
Fine.
got any questions or you want me to refer to drawings afterwards, then I can do that. So, firstly, thanks for hearing us. As mentioned at the beginning, there's only 14 houses on Harpenden Lane. It's a small street. We're a very close neighbourhood, and collectively we would like you to oppose the proposed development by Jarvis. Our reasons are set out more details within the letters that you've got, but we wanted to summarise the main points here for you today. Ultimately, we do not consider that the benefits of this proposal outweigh the significant impact that this would have on the street and the two neighbouring properties inside. And this is also taking into consideration the housing needs and the targets set by the Council. Firstly, as the drawings are in front of you, we wanted to draw your attention to the inconsistencies between the drawings, so we encourage you to take a ruler to those, when scaling and inaccuracies with the neighbouring properties that are actually evident throughout the drawings. In terms of the street scene, we are an open and very spacious street. The houses are unique in their design, and they're consistently on fairly wide plots along the street. These proposed builds are for very narrow, very deep design properties, which are pretty much identical builds, and we don't feel that this is in keeping. We feel actually this would very much upset the balance of the street scene. There's a lot of greenery to the front of each plot, and in order to allow for the adequate parking provision, we feel that this would be taken away as well with these proposed designs. So overall, we think this would be an overdevelopment of the plot, creates a terracing effect and a cramped look on the street, certainly would not be in keeping with the road in any way. In terms of the impact on the neighbours, the depth of the houses proposed is 18.5 metres deep, which is huge. It's 8 metres deeper than the two neighbouring properties either side. The impact of this would be a significant loss of light, a significant loss of amenity, and an evident loss of privacy to both houses, particularly taking into account the proximity to the boundaries. It's very close on both sides to number 8 and number 12, which would take light away from windows on both of those houses. The 45-degree angle recommendation in Policy 72, horizontally and vertically, has been completely ignored. The gradient of the hill on Harpenden Lane actually means that the impact on number 12 is greater, due to the gradient of the hill and the overlooking nature of the bulk of brickwork that would be sitting next door, so this hill would amplify this impact on that house. The outlook for both houses would be significantly impacted with a 4-metre double-storey build to the back. The ridge height at 8 metres is also huge, and again with the gradient of the hill we feel this would be massively amplified, particularly on number 12, which sits directly next door down the hill. So the design of these houses means they would be overlooking both houses, number 12 and number 8, particularly with the gardens. In terms of parking, our understanding is that it's good practice per Policy 40 to have 3.5 parking spaces for a house over 4 bedrooms. This would be a cumulative 10 bedrooms across the plot, and we feel there's shorter spaces in this design. Having cars parked on the road, which would be inevitable, I think, with these builds, would create its own hazards both to pedestrians and to drivers coming up towards the brow of the hill on Harpenden Lane, and also create a blind spot, certainly for us at number 8 coming out of our driveway. This is a school route, and I think that safe parking should be a serious consideration when granting planning in this area. Precedent is already felt actually at the top of Harpenden Lane as you turn right off Townsend Lane, where there's consistently 3 cars parked, and it's pretty dangerous. In conclusion, I think that's probably our 3 minutes up, but in conclusion, we've outlined our objections. We have referenced specific policies within our detailed letters. We've also included photos. If you've got any questions, I'm happy to answer them, but ultimately we're asking you to oppose the proposal.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Do you want to
Thank you.
Adhesion?
Thank you. I
I'm brutally honest, I find myself slightly lost for words. All I can do here is refer you to the site plan and to the street scene, see the depth of the houses and the spacing of the houses. They're totally in keeping with the adjoining properties, as you can see from the street scene. They respectfully fall in the road. I could wax lyrical, but to me they are totally in keeping with the street scene. The spacing is in line with other properties in the road. In fact, the adjoining neighbour has built onto the boundary. Well, that creates a narrower gap on one side. We've provided 1 metre on our side to contest the distance to the boundary. When they built up to the boundary, I'll leave you to draw your own conclusions. The properties are still 10.5 metres wide. That is a pretty substantial property. The plot at the moment is 50% wider than any other property on the road. The height of the building, again, I refer you to the street scene. The mass of the building, I refer you to the site plan. The depth of the building, it's complies with the 45-degree design guidelines. There is a single-storey projection, but that's in the centre of the site. I think all I can do is keep referring you back to the drawings. With regard to car parking, 2 spaces and an oversized single garage, 3 spaces per dwelling, is more than you'll see on most applications and is perfectly adequate for a property of this size. I don't think there's a lot more I can say, so thank you.
Fine, thank you. We'll pop up the street scene on the gizmo, please. That problem earlier. In the wrong place? Oh, no, sorry, I went up there. Okay, fine. So there we are, that's what we're looking at. Exists currently. It's strange over with the property next door. It's current roof height is roughly in line with that to the right. So, does anybody want to start rather than me battling them?
If I could just ask a few questions. I didn't realise that there's approved previous application.
It was for extension, purely extensions, it wasn't actually demolition of the build.
Okay, but this was coming further forward into the street then.
So the red,
the blue?
so the red is existing,
Okay.
and then the blue is the, I think that's correct, the outline of existing, here's the red, and outline of limited approved extension, the blue.
So the proposal is sitting back
From the existing house, yes, slightly. So I think, from what I can see here, they were looking to demolish this section at the front here, and then
So effectively that almost all the glass roof extension goes and the building line comes in there, is that correct? Or?
yeah, so that section property would be lost. Essentially that was what was approved, that would be removed, and then it extends much further along over towards the left hand side, which I'll show you into this void here, and then it goes further back from there.
So another thing I was concerned with was we've got opposing arguments about 45 degrees, or if you managed to put that on the previous.
All all that I can do is scale from the drawings that are in front of me, which the majority of them has been adhered to.
That's one of my main concerns with the community, the neighbours here. To be honest, I think it's a really unattractive house as it stands. They are very reading under their name, and I don't think this current house actually does anything to add to the appeal of the road. I'm not convinced that the greenery in front of the house is attractive either, and I'm sure any landscaping would probably be better addition than that. Parking, as Mr. Peters says, to be honest, they are providing 3 parking spaces, which as we've seen ourselves is, far less than being approved by district council at the moment, so I'm not that concerned that 3 parking spaces instead of 3.5 is probably a
So
problem.
it's per dwelling now.
Exactly, yeah.
So we've got 6
Yeah.
on site
Yeah,
for 2 dwellings.
we've got 2 for each plus garage. So I'm actually not that concerned about parking here. My main concern is the loss of community to the neighbours. And Rich Height, I'm not sure. Obviously, we've got, the residents saying there's an accuracy in the drawing. It's very difficult for us to know, the difference between who's right, who's wrong. Me from the street seeing the drawing, I don't see too much of a problem with the ridge height, whether they're inaccurate. Sometimes. Another point, we are within metre from the boundary, Mr. Peter said, and it is unfortunate the neighbouring properties in the street are built right up to the boundary in some cases, so it's a very difficult one to juggle because, I understand the resident's point of view, it's going to look overdeveloped, however, it doesn't help that the neighbouring property goes up to the boundary. So I'm in 2 minds to this.
Right, let me just run through sorry. Councillor Gillan, would you like to do your bit?
I'll just say a few things. Just like to clarify, so the 45-degree angle is compliant.
I'm only able to go through the drawings that are actually provided, so I'm not a planning officer for the drawings that have the right to go to this site, so I have to base the scaling and the measurements on the drawings that I have in front of me. So if there are inaccuracies related to the plan, you would know from living within the road, then that's not something that I'm able to comment about.
Okay.
Ultimately, the decisions will be made based on the drawings that are in front of it. They will either be produced or permitted based on these particular drawings.
Okay. I was going to say I am erring more on the side it's overdeveloped plot. That's more on the side as opposed to 100% overdeveloped plot. I am. What did strike me, which has annoyed me with applications in the past, whether it's been knocking down a house building 2 or building a new house, is trees are being described as lean and not providing much screening. We've got experience of people saying trees are dying on previous applications when actually there's nothing wrong with them at all, and so have usually tried to pull the wool over people's eyes and said, oh look, these trees need to be chopped down. Actually nothing wrong with them, so I am very concerned that existing trees on the site will be removed by future new owners. That's just a smaller concern. Again, echoing the loss of amenity, neighbouring properties, like Councillor Martin has said. The other thing I pulled out is the ridge heights. obviously the residents are saying it's going to be more than a metre above the street. But from us looking at the drawings, it's hard to tell either way. So I'm more on the side that I'm concerned about this. In terms of street scene, I mean, houses fine to me, proposed houses, but I think what is there at the moment, because it is an odd-shaped house because it's not fronting on, that is the peculiar one, so to speak. So we're sort of saying, street scene, we're getting rid of a peculiar house and we're putting two normal-shaped houses there. I don't think that's necessarily a good argument to say that it's destroying the street scene. But yeah, there's a few minor comments thus far.
Right, thank you. Can we just scan up the street up to the right, please? Sorry, I can go back down.
Your opposite side of the road?
No, same side. That's not much for winter stroke last.
Quite old.
November 2009.
Yeah, but
It is, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's old.
That doesn't match what I saw earlier. Thank
The
you.
house on the right.
Yeah, that said, so this one's not material from the point of, I mean, they're to the right, if I recall correctly, we now have
Around here.
a pair of semis in there already.
No,
Oh, just one.
Just one.
Thank you, sorry.
Which
I shouldn't
is
actually ask
legit,
questions
it's fine.
of the
Okay.
public.
I think
So I better
it's probably-
stick clear of doing that one, so I'll look at that
It looks
one.
like
Yeah.
that now.
Yeah, thank you. So we've got that on
Did
number
you-
8.
Did you want me to continue?
No, it's all right,
No.
no point, because it's not showing.
Okay. It is old.
Failed on that, not sure what that clicked a little.
Okay, so
Right, so-
council, do you have some of your own comments to add?
Right, my points of comment is I'd like to ask the other two councillors or see them rules of objection. First, I'll read the comments of the perhaps.
Let me look at some of the voices. What's the matter? Garage in, privacy and dwellings, is that, do we really highlight that one? Policy 76. Is it really, I don't think.
Well, I mean, I think what I'm asking is for you to justify if you believe.
I'm looking at policies for justification on
So
ground.
would you consider that particular one justified?
I think if we, with the,
I'm not recommending that as a course of action, I'm just saying our councillors convinced that there are no grounds for refusal.
I don't think there's no grounds for refusal. I think we can definitely express concern over several points. However, the wording of the policies, they're both subjective, and can be interpreted each way. We have seen previous applications where the plots have been much more overdeveloped, shall we speak. Amenity has been a much bigger problem, shall we speak, and ridge heights have been much more obvious. As a problem. So I think things like amenity space around dwellings, I mean, you could try and make an argument for it, but would it stand up? The would stand up the district, or with respect to I wouldn't be 100% convinced. I personally do not necessarily like the knocking down one house to build two houses, and annoying everyone else in the street and the surrounding area. But we have to go with policy, and I think we can express concern over certain few things. And I particularly do not like the fact that the applicant is saying some of the established trees. I've heard this many times before. that the established trees are rotting or something, when we've heard many times before that, and actually there's nothing wrong with it. So if we were to express concern, I would want some kind of protection for the trees, because I'm guessing that there's probably nothing wrong with them really.
Fine, so trees, any specific grounds to refuse?
I don't think there are specific grounds to refuse based on the drawings we've got in front of us. Obviously, I am concerned that the residents have got so many concerns and raised issues about inaccuracies. You know, we've only got what we can go on. I haven't got an existing street scene, haven't got measurements, etc. So we can only go on what we've got in front of us. I don't actually personally like terracing effect by knocking down houses and putting two in place. Unfortunately, all over Harpenden, we're seeing this, and Townsend Lane, for instance, is...
Well, so as you drive up Townsend Lane to actually approach the site.
I'm afraid I think it's inevitable in Harpenden and that kind of thing, especially if this is such a wide plot. I don't think, from these drawings anyway, that it's having a detrimental effect on the street scene, because I personally don't like the house that's there currently.
Sorry to interrupt, that's not specific. You could replace that with
Yeah,
something
well,
different.
if anyone says I can't really take any argument at this stage.
Sorry.
That's my
I
just
think
personal
we
opinion.
I know,
My
sorry.
personal opinion.
Can we not enter into conversation?
So obviously I am concerned that there's a lot of amenity to the neighbouring properties, because of the extent that they have built the back of the rear of the houses. So in my mind I would express concern. I don't know, based on these drawings, that we've got reason to just review them.
I personally could find no concrete grounds for review. There's been none suggested already.
No, I think we, you know, with the sensibility sort of going around the houses, we all work with it. So I think what we need to do is we need to sort of kind of draw it down to ultimately what our main comments are going to be. So I think the feeling I'm getting is that you want to express concern. Okay, but then we need to be clear on the reasons why we're expressing concern. So picking out bits as well when you're giving your summary of your feelings about it. So I think we've got a little bit of concern over a lot of amenity to the neighbouring property.
Yeah.
So we can use that.
Trees, amenity, ridge heights.
Okay, so right, to express concern, we need to be quite clear on what the word is going to be. To express concern over the right to shorthand over possible loss of amenity. Neighbouring property. Okay. Can see. Want to make reference to the ridge height?
Ridge height and street scene go together along with proximity, but again, I have difficulty as much as we have others up.
To say street scene, because I think we were kind of in agreement that the house itself is a bit peculiar in the street scene, and these two houses aren't necessarily there. So, I mean, we were replacing one that's peculiar with two that are
Yes.
If you're happy with that, we'll
Street scene would relate to really how it aesthetically sits
Yeah.
in the street.
Well, again, I'm not difficulty on that one, but I think I was referring to the ridge height over street scene rather, because at the moment the roughly slopes down.
I mean, the concern to me would be more the terracing effect, as opposed to the actual look of the house.
Well, I use back to street scene, so
Yeah.
you do it.
Do you want to mention anything about?
If you're happy to use it, then that's...
I think, again, from the point of view that we are only drawing St Albans District Council's attention to points that we think may be of concern, and that we agree with the residents, or we don't agree with the residents effectively.
If we also want to set up the residents, if there are any...
consideration at the moment. But we could put a clause in subject to the accuracy of the plans being confirmed. And that's all we can say on that. Everybody gets a chance of doing this round again, that's an Orders District Council. That's both sides of the argument, both get a crack, so you basically trust them without anybody confirming otherwise I trust that you're happy that we've actually analysed it and that we're putting forward our bit to serve the public, and we've served that. Gives the developer the opportunity of answering those who are legislating.
Okay, so just review back on what we're going to say. So express concern over the increase in ridge height and terracing effect on the street scene, which could lead to a possible loss of amenity to the neighbouring properties. The committee are also concerned over the loss of the established trees on the site. So I won't go through every single policy because I want to go into detail, but ultimately it will cover on policy 69, policy 70, policy 74, which is for the landscaping and tree protection. Okay? And then there will be the other smaller sections within those policies that will be referenced. Okay?
And we're all happy with that one? Yes.
Yes?
Yes,
Happy?
I concur, yes.
Yeah?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Approach the table.
Can you just bear with us just a
Yeah,
second?
sorry,
Roy?
sorry,
Okay, yeah, just bear with us.
Very keen.
Sorry to keep you waiting for that
Yeah,
one.
thanks for waiting.
Shorter than I thought.
Just so we can just,
Yeah, which page are we on?
So back to the
that's another
beginning
one.
now, actually, yeah.
Yeah, we need to read those back, don't we?
Put things away and... Yeah. Right, so this is the first item on the agenda, which is the 38 Stewart Road. Mr. Arsenault, do you want to come up and take a seat?
Thank you very much.
Okay, there is actually a letter of objection from Mr. Arsenault just within your agenda pack, which was received before the agenda went out.
And forgive me, I've not done this before, so I may be in a slightly
Page 49.
in a slightly strange way. Essentially, I think there's two parts to my objection letter. At the moment, 17 Elizabeth Road backs onto 38 Stewart Road, we share a back boundary. I'm aware two of my other neighbours have submitted feedback about 48 hours, not published on the planning portion of their I've split my objections into two pieces. One is some reasons for outright rejection, and the second piece is reasons for justifying planning restrictions on an approval or conditional approval. I guess the point that struck us when we saw this plan is that it's described as gym annex, but it's clearly designed to be self-contained accommodation. The studio plan has got its own ensuite bathroom. It's of significant size, about 42 square metres of external footprint, very, very large things drop in the back of the garden. If you kind of add it on to all the other extensions that have taken place in this house, it's gone up from 85 square metres when it was built, in the late 1940s, up to 190 square metres now, so it's 2.25 times its original size. This goes ahead. And we find it odd that this facility couldn't be incorporated into the main house and has to be split out, and that is indicative to us that this plot is becoming overdeveloped because you simply can't put any more extensions on the main house, so you have to cut off a bit of the house and put it in the back garden. Secondly, and I think most importantly, the fact that it has been put right at the back of the garden, as far away from the main house as possible, significantly impacts the community and neighbouring properties, not just ours at 17, but my neighbours at 30 and 70 are also impacted. The separation between our houses, which at the moment is about 60 metres, so we each have about 30 metre gardens back to each other. It's a very divided and quiet, peaceful space. We think it's entirely unreasonable that someone should be dropping part of their house into the gap in between, essentially halving the separation. Those are our points why we think this could justify this being rejected. I have very little experience of planning this, whether that is sufficient or not. In fact, be interested to hear a discussion on. In the case that it's not, we've still got three particular points that we'd like to be considered as part of the approval, which are around planning restrictions. First of all, we'd like a usage restriction applied to the property to prevent it being used for anything other than a gym, which has been the applications for a home gym. So we would like it to be restricted to keep it for that, and not to be allowed for Airbnb, teenage dens, granny houses, and any other possible use for self-contained accommodation in the house. And then we also asked for two particular features to be sustained over the long term. So this is around not allowing any windows to be placed in the rear elevation. So the plan doesn't have any windows. We'd like that restriction embedded in the planning approval. And there's also a very important piece of boundary hedging on our neighbour's side, which at the moment would achieve an effective visual screen. That is absolutely critical for us that is left as is and is maintained over the long term to mitigate the visual impact of that. So in summary, we think there's a case for outright rejection based over impact on the immediacy of our neighbourhood, given the current positioning of the houses. But if that's not sufficient means, then we have asked for three restrictions to be applied to the planning approval process of the house. Thanks for hearing this.
Thank you. So I'll just start off with the fact that as far as planning restrictions are concerned, we have no powers, and you would need to approach the district council with those, should they be minded to grant. It's probably worth you speaking to one of your district councillors on that subject.
Right, okay, I have answered the call then.
Fine, and I just wanted to find out that was the next bit, is the potential there of calling. Right, okay, fine, again, can we go around that one? Would you like to start this time?
I would like to start.
Councillor
this
Gill?
time.
Yeah, go ahead.
I actually feel very much for you actually on this one. I can see where you're coming from. I picked up some bits of your speech. What I was worried about was the fact that the house has gone from 85 square metres to about 190 square metres, and I do agree that it sounds like this is overdevelopment because they can't put it anywhere in the house, and so they're putting it in the garden. So that to me, the house has steadily increased over the years, and it is now starting to seem like overdevelopment. I completely get the fact that there could be some loss of amenity in the garden, and from the way this is going to be placed, there will be some noise disturbance. This is going to be right down towards the bottom of the garden. In terms of usage restrictions, I picked out Airbnb, and I have stayed at Airbnbs myself many times. I am always very well behaved. I have no parties or drugs or anything like that. But I can understand the residents' frustrations and concerns about houses being used for Airbnb, little annexes being used for Airbnb, whether it's Harpenden, whether it's London, whether it's Manchester, wherever. But I don't feel we can really do anything about that one. I don't think we've got anything expressed concern about that one. I don't think they've got any legal powers to say you can't use it for Airbnb, but I very much feel sympathy.
It's not for planning.
It's not
for
planning
planning, it's
consideration.
for licensing.
Yeah, it's a license, precisely. And then I think the visual screen needs to be definitely retained if it does go ahead. Now, in terms of policy, would we be sort of around policy 72 here? Mentioned in residential areas?
Yes,
is
it would
the
be,
policy
yes.
would be. I mean,
Well, this is effectively not an extension, this is a separate dwelling.
it is, yeah. Well,
It's not a dwelling though,
Well,
is it?
it's not.
It is an extension
It is
to the
an
existing
extension.
property.
Yeah, even though it's unattached, yes.
It's no different than if somebody decided to put a detached garage in their front of the car.
Yes, yes. I think there we can look at effect on the joint property. There is potential there to be some effect on the neighbours, but it's not necessarily going to be the adjoining property. It's going to be in the garden amenity there. I don't necessarily think we can refuse it, but I think we can express, very similar to our last point, that we can express concern over a number of points, or salient points that the gentleman has actually raised in his speech, and actually I agree with quite a few of them. Over the fact it's slightly bordering on overdevelopment of this plot of land, house and now annex included, potentially. Potential loss of amenity to neighbours both behind and to the sides, and potential loss of visual screen that may result here. I would express concern about those few points. Unfortunately, I do not think we can refuse them. So, wait and see if it's council.
Okay, I'd like to say personally, I am totally against these kinds of bills in back gardens because they do tend to be pushed right at the end of the garden. So the noise or anything like the disruption is away from householders, but tends to impact neighbours also. But the fact that I know that they didn't necessarily have to include on their plan the washing facilities, but the fact it's currently suggested it's going to be a gym and share facilities, it could easily become accommodation. And I'm not particularly worried that it's going to be an Airbnb, but it will just, as we know, at the moment for youngsters to go to buy property is ridiculous. And so to my mind, this is far more likely to end up being, basically a separate house for, children. So with that in mind, I am totally against it. I would prefer to suggest refusal because of the impact on the neighbours and the future use of it. I can't put restrictions and emphasis here to screening, to be fair, probably I can't see the reason why the screening wouldn't stay, but it's still overdevelopment of the site as far as I can see. It wouldn't be in keeping to have an extra, thought to actually be a house in the middle of these gardens. I think it would just set a precedent for other people. This road has got big properties on it, big pieces of land, and I think it just opens doors for putting drives in and extra properties back into these gardens. So, but from what we're looking at right here, right now, I think it's detrimental impact on the neighbours. Gyms are noisy. I've worked in gardens where they've got gyms in their garages outside, and it is a big garden right next to one outside. I like that sound personally. So, if possible, I would prefer to.
Right, grounds then, please, if you could you cite them together, grounds, as in the
Lots of
plan?
amenities from neighbouring properties, overdevelopment of the site, outcast.
Yes, I think Pip there is right. She's said the same things I've said, but said going for refusal. I mean, the key.
You're happy with recommending?
I am happy. The key thing she said was not in keeping, and she's raised a good point about starting a precedent. These are big plots. There's very nice part of them, and as we said, there's going to be, if you put something there, it could start a precedent. And she's right when it comes to gyms, they are noisy, and also each application on its own merits, but we have seen things like this, buildings like this, been at application before, and they are usually towards the back of the garden or yard or whatever, and like Pip says, they often tend to affect the neighbours more. If we are watertight on being able to recommend refusal, then
Again, can you very quote some of the grounds that they wish to offer? The policies.
Yeah. So we can do effects on, would we be able to say adjoining this one? Policy 725 effects on adjoining property.
I believe that we will.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
really
it
good.
doesn't physically adjoin.
I believe that we can sustain that
Yeah.
argument.
Do you want me to sort of kind of read out?
Please, if you would, what you've got so far, and then if you
So,
just with that one as well.
we're going to go with recommend refusal. The committee feels the proposal is an overdevelopment of the plot or the site, and is not in keeping with the surrounding area. Concern is also expressed over the possible loss of amenity to neighbouring properties. And then we read policy 72.1,
Yeah.
72.5.
Six for cumulative effects.
No, that's where you've got actually a frontage where you've got a particular style and it's changing very much
Okay.
a year. It's in areas of specific and repetitive character.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah, this is about argument. So I think in a sense, it's probably just those two policies. Okay.
Well,
Is that all right? Yeah, we will
Neighbours,
change that.
properties and conditions. Internal alterations to the proposed building are subject to further planning permissions. So that's a withdrawal of committee development, right?
It is. I mean, essentially what that means is that if there are any internal changes to it, to make it into a much more of a habitable place. I mean, as it stands at the moment, all we have is a very large open expanse with, I think, a store cupboard and a shower, but there is every possibility that potentially internal walls will be included, or we'll end up with something along the lines of kitchen, things like that. That's when we want to really try and restrict into future usage from being a gym to being a big space, which is obviously eligible for council tax and rates and all those sorts of things.
Yes.
So would you like me to include that in
Please,
that
if you would,
extra?
yeah.
Okay, so just to be clear then, we'll go back over what's said. In addition to that, we will have the mention of that should
Just remembering that we've already done.
should the application be approved, that further conditions are placed, the conditions are placed on any permissions that any internal alterations to the proposed dwelling are subjected to further planning permission. Okay, so that will follow on from what we've already said there. Okay.
Are we eligible to put in development rights?
Well, that's essentially what that
Says,
refers to.
okay, fine, thank you.
Yeah.
Right, everybody happy with that?
Yes.
Happy with that?
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
agreed?
Yes.
I think we've done the best we can for you, sir.
Thank you very much.
I will write to Mr. Arbuthnot to let you know exactly the way everything will be presented for him.
Okay. And would it appear on the portal as your
It will,
town
yes.
council?
It comes under, I think it comes up as town and parish comments,
Okay.
an actual sort of separate section, and then there will be an extract of our minutes placed on there with the dates of the meeting.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Well done, thank you. Right, okay.
Do you want to turn that aircon on? Oh, it's a bit chilly.
I didn't like to say.
Oh, you should have done, sorry, I didn't realise you were sitting there, Shirley. Right, that one's out of the way.
Oil all day.
Yeah. Sometimes it can just get very stuffy up here, and then other times it's get a bit chilly.
We shall continue. 518-1495, 51 Park Rise. Application does not meet the criteria. 518-1511, I'm expecting anybody to stop me if they think it does or they wish to object.
No, I think you're okay. Carry on at the moment.
518-1522, 2 Woodlands. No comment required by committee. 518-1499, 3 Horsley Road, Harpenden. This application does not meet the criteria. 5181503, 18 Laycroft Way. No objection, subject to the new dwelling not representing an over-dominant effect on the street scene and no less amenity neighbouring properties, policy 69.1, 71 and 4 of the district plan. Sorry, and 6, sorry. Took one on 7. Thank you. Right, that's 70 little 1 and 70 little 6. The district plan refers.
Do you agree? Yes?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. There's not been any objections, so.
Right.
No issues with that.
5181515, 62 High Firs. No objection.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, agree?
Normal, sorry for objection, yeah.
5181304, 1 Marlborough Park, Southdale Road. And I've got a little note besides that one. We've got another one for that one on here, haven't we?
There is, but it's a different application, it's a different, I think it's the change of windows and doors. Whereas
Can we take the one after the other so that at least we're thinking of the same one if nobody's any objections to that one? Doing it that way round.
You can find it where it is on the
Right,
agenda.
okay, sorry. Item 2, page 18.
Yes, but the
Well,
other
we'll do this one first.
I think we
and
all
then-
just got...
Yeah, well, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Right, so let's just talk about this one first. This one, I don't really feel the need for us to deliberate much on because Heather's exactly right. This site is detailed in the Harpenden neighbourhood plan as a designated protected website. So for us to start to deliberate on it would be ridiculous because we'd be going against our neighbourhood plan. So we're just happy with
Yeah,
it.
happy.
Right, there's just one word in there. Is it subject to St Albans District Council or is it a St Albans District Council? I'm not quite sure which that is.
A St Albans. Anne is with a vowel, isn't it?
Okay, so A, St Albans.
Yeah, so it would be an excellent or
So
an.
it isn't an
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what comes after the council, subject to and
St Albans District Council Article 4.
Oh, okay, yes, the article.
It's an
yeah, thank you.
particular
Yeah.
That
order.
one, I'm sorry, that was just a real technicality.
Yeah.
That one just
Okay.
confused me for a minute. I can't work out the word.
Alright, there's no people down there of grammar nerds watching this.
If we can then move on to page 18, second item, 5181414, 1 Marlborough Park, Southdown, and we've got the committee recommend refusal as the application relates to the change of use of building from Class B1 offices to Class C3 residential, which the Town Council does not support in this location.
Correct.
So are we okay with that one?
Correct, happy with
Thank you,
that.
that brings the two together. Thank you. This is now, I've lost my plot.
Top of page 15.
Yeah, thank you. Right, 5181501, 100 Overstone Road, which is rear dormer windows with Juliet balcony and new side windows. We've got down there no objection.
That's
Do you want me to sort of to add to?
If you
Yes,
could,
so all that is externally viewed are the new roof lights and Juliet balcony, no detrimental impact.
fine.
No
Right.
objection.
Yes,
Yeah.
Juliet balcony, roof line.
Juliet balconies have been subject to, is that usually in the street? I know they've got them on the front.
A Juliet balcony essentially isn't a true balcony. It's really, it's there with safety rails. So what they've decided to do is to change windows to be sort of nice opening French doors. They're there just to prevent the person from falling out.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they have no, you can stand and lean out, but then you could from any window. They aren't strictly a balcony in the sense that you can actually walk out on.
Yes.
Fine, lovely, thank you very much. So we've both have agreed on no objection.
Yeah.
Thank you. 5181511, Apple Tree House, 35 Park Avenue North. No objection, subject to the appropriate design and use of materials on locally listed building in the conservation area. Follows 85(1) brackets C and 87 district plan refers. Are we okay with that? 5181528, 21 Cowper Road, Harpenden, single-storey rear extension and lantern light following demolition of existing rear extensions. Replacement of rear dormer window, alteration to this works to hard standing on the road. No objection, subject to the appropriate design and use of materials on this locally listed building in the conservation area. Policies 85 little 1 little c and 87 of the district plan refers. Are we okay with that?
Yes.
5/18/1534, 46 Manland Avenue. Whilst the committee had no objection in principle, let's say what it is, it's raising the roof height, this one. Whilst the committee had no objection in principle to raising the roof, it would be preferred to have seen it to be same ridge level as the attached dwelling on number 44 Manland Avenue to create a more balanced street scene. There is insufficient parking provision on the site for a 4-bedroom dwelling for the reasons the committee recommend refusal. Policies 40, 69 little 1, 72 little 1, little I, and 2 and 4 of the district plan, and that's sub-paragraph 72 of the district plan refers.
So basically, these are attached properties, and one's going to go...
They are, yes. I'm not sure what I did actually print out that. Yeah, I can show you here. It almost looks like it's a little bit of an infill job anyway. So this here, this is the little house in question, okay, and then this is the house next door to it. So what they're proposing to do is to raise the ridge height, which is absolutely fine, but you would have thought it would have been quite nice for them to have actually brought it in line with the existing house, but they've gone even to the house which is the side, but they've gone even higher than
Terrible bad design.
it. So it's for this house.
Well, is it bad design? That's what it is at the moment, and they're just something anyway.
Well, they make it
Well, I
worse.
don't think it is right, but
So
you
yeah,
could
so
argue that, well, they're not...
it-
I mean,
They
that is
wouldn't
bad
move
design
it
at the
on.
moment.
so just in a sense, no problem with raising the ridge height, but it would have been quite nice to have actually had it in line, but it's actually gone even higher
Have
than
it
the.
consistent, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, happy with the wording on that one. I don't think we should have allowed that. God, that would have been terrible if we allowed that.
So you're happy with the words that I had suggested?
Yeah,
Yes?
I mean,
Do you know, just out of interest, how many parking spaces they were suggesting that we're going to provide?
I think we're on the basis of actually one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Manland's already in your
Yeah, one
parking restricted area.
pit.
Oh, yeah, lovely.
Right, 5/18/1595, 59 Note Shops, no comment required by committee. 5/18/1589, no comment required by committee. 5/18/1602, 34 Ridgewood Drive, Harpenden, no objection. And that's a part single, part 2-storey front and side, single-storey rear extension. Okay.
Happy with that?
yes, I can
Yeah,
say
yeah.
Right, 5/18/1372, 24 Pipers Avenue, committee to consider. This is a single-storey front part, single-storey rear extension with roof lights and all close to open.
Okay. So this is the house in question. There's that house to the above.
been a lot of changes on Pipers Avenue past 8, 10 years.
So we've got the existing and the proposed, and then there's the roof form above.
Excuse me.
So my words were quite an increase in the footprint. Rear projection is quite large. The roof form more contrived. I'm not sure about the impact on the neighbours and being an overdevelopment of the site. You might want that one, sorry. You want that one?
No, have you got a proposed...
Yeah, Harry had it. Blame Harry.
Oh, it's the first person.
Have they done...
Just when you compare it against the existing,
Yeah.
it seems quite a lot. And you see sort of the roof form as well, the roof sort of.
I mean, there is precedent already been set on Cypress Avenue. There are houses that are much bigger than these that have, I think, similar roof extensions, yes, single-story extensions, etc. And rear extensions. We haven't received a letter of objection from anyone, have we?
No, I can check online actually to see if not something had anything.
In terms of amenity to neighbours, 45-degree angles, distance to property, window to window, I assume we're all okay there.
Yeah, because I mean the neighbours, it just felt like there was an awful lot, because you're going out the front, you're going out the back, going up.
And this is one of a pair, isn't it?
Yes.
So they coming out, well they are coming out the front, aren't they?
Yeah.
As well, this bit here. So this is where it joins on the other house, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Essentially the bit that's in red, the little sort of kind of area in red, is all new.
Yeah, it is big, isn't it?
Is there anywhere there that we've got example of it being done before?
You'd have to go down the road on the other side.
Could we?
Bigger houses. But
They're not identified.
these ones are, these ones are, I think, houses that have been there since, like, the dawn of time. I think.
Thank you very much, that's your kind.
Yeah.
They've certainly been built in my lifetime.
Yeah. I think these are original buildings. These are not like further down the road where there used to be bungalows and they put in two big plots. I think these ones, see that where that car is, I think, yeah, these were not original buildings. I don't
These
think.
are set higher up, definitely.
But they are not original buildings. They are ones that have been adapted, I think. But
The trouble is I'm working on something that's 9 years old.
Oh, right, okay, fine, again, we've blown.
oh well, this is the problem. Actually, this is the problem because if we did go, because you can see there's a building site at the bottom of the street scene on this picture, and in 2009, half of the street scene that is there at the moment was probably different and or being constructed. I'm going to say on this one, knowing the site, knowing the area, I have no objections, but I don't think we should say that it's overdevelopment or the rest, or recommend refusal, because I think it's okay. I don't think there's enough grounds for us to say it will severely detrimentally impact neighbours' amenity. I don't think there's any issues with window to window distance. I don't think necessarily that's what we should really be looking at here, but amenity and overdevelopment, precedent, street scene, I'm happy with all of them.
Well, as it precedent, the street scene have been blown elsewhere.
Exactly, so that's why I'm happy with them, because for us to not have to use them, because
one question, we're not changing from a hick roof to a straight gable road.
We're going from this to all this.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's hard to tell from this, but I mean, most of the extensions out the back are either single story if they're the full width, or two-story if they're, not
They
half,
left 2 metres either side.
they're taking out the garage and putting an extra bedroom on. I just like to
So that makes it how many bedrooms?
4, even going up to 5.
Is it 5?
There's one downstairs.
It was 3.
So are we okay on 5?
1, 2, 3, 4.
And then you say one
Is there
downstairs,
one-
did you say?
No, but is there one on the roof? No, isn't there?
Okay.
if we can't
Well,
see it, we don't know for sure.
They're adding a bedroom, but they're taking the garage away. So So I don't know.
So that's a loss of a parking space, then how many will we be left with?
I don't know.
Well, based
I mean,
on...
we're looking at 2, possibly 3 on that front one.
It doesn't look very big.
Is it that house there?
Yes.
So, I mean,
it's
on
further up,
20
no.
Oh, so it's
Keep going
not-
further up,
sorry.
it's the
According
one.
to this, it's the one on the right.
Well, the one with the blue
That's
garage.
number
door.
20, that one's 20.
Keep
It's
going
on
further
there.
up, keep going
Up,
further up.
Chloe.
Up. Yeah, because you've got these, you say, hang on, which one you say, this one
Number
here?
24. Yes, it's got to be that one, yeah.
Yeah, because you've got the neighbouring
Not the
older
blue.
houses
Yeah.
above it.
I'm looking at this dot here, it can't be that one, because it's on the left.
Would you like to
Maybe
explain?
it's that one.
The one with the black front door. So that in the other, did I not see something on the drive? No, that's someone else.
That's so it's the left,
No,
right
I've got a garage.
Yeah, no, so it goes up, you go up the hill.
No, we're losing the garage.
It's on the left-hand side, though.
We're going up to
Oh,
5
right, okay,
It
yeah.
must be...
Could be that one.
bedrooms.
Well, we don't know if we're going up to 5 bedrooms, do we? Because we haven't heard.
No, it goes to 4.
We know we've got
Yeah.
4,
Sorry, beg your pardon.
but we haven't got a roof.
So 4 gives us how many parking spaces?
We should have 3,
Should really have, yeah.
but they're taking away the garage.
So it's 2 outside the garage, 1 in the garage, so
I'm not sure that there is even actually space for 2 outside the garage.
Yeah.
Because if you see that car there,
You've got space.
Yeah.
if you pulled up there,
yeah, I suppose
difficult,
just, yeah.
and you do have the, I mean, I hate to say it, you do have the rest of the garden, I don't.
Yeah, they have got the
but you do.
option of hard pavement over the grass.
We're not saying that it hasn't already happened.
Yeah,
This is
I
not
can't,
the
see, I don't know whether they've done that already or not because,
okay, fine. Can we draw this one together?
Yeah.
I can't see any grounds for objection.
We could always just say
We express concern.
That parking.
I would express concern over parking.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible over development?
No, I wouldn't think I'd be saying that.
Well, I'll have to use the full words that I'd like to.
Okay, so I've put together some words to express concern that due to the loss of garage, there is now insufficient parking on site. Was it 72? 4, I think it is, isn't it? Parking. Is it 72?
I'm just thinking, I assume there'll be
And have we got any problem with this?
loss of amenities to neighbours.
The roof or loss of amenities?
We're coming out. Currently, this is it currently, isn't it? This bit here, and we'll be now coming out.
First forward.
So it's not so much for it must be 36 I reckon, up to it.
26.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yes. So it's north really for 22, isn't it?
Do we have any concerns over the roof?
Although they haven't marked the boundary there.
Well, again, just quickly, any concerns over the roof, because it looks extremely complicated?
I don't know.
Yes or no? I think potentially there is.
Okay, well we can in a sense sort of do a happy medium and say that we express concern over the loss of the garage and therefore insufficient parking provision on the site. You can say that the committee are also concerned that there may be a loss of amenity to the neighbouring properties.
Yeah, because
There is an awful lot, there's stuff going on at the
it's
front and at the back.
See how far look. I mean, the thing is, I don't know what these are down here. They're further out.
Yeah, we're talking footprint as well, aren't we?
Yeah, look, see how far forward it is of the neighbouring properties here. I know they are down here.
They have already got an element of extension at the front anyway. They're, in a sense,
All of them
capping
do,
it off.
yeah.
Well, they've done in modern terms what is their
Because you
community
can see
development
there,
rights
you've
on
got
the
the
front.
garage that juts out and there's a small lobby. So what they're then looking to do is send sort of where the existing lobby and garage was, just actually come out, sort of kind of square it off in a sense. But then they are going further back at first floor level as well as ground floor. But they have shown the 45-degree angle being taken into consideration. I mean, I sort of, when I looked at it, I just looked at this sort of rather large flank going on. And then you sort of looked here and we had an awful lot of sort of kind of contrived elements of roof form. We've got bits that, we've got a ground floor of a single-storey slope here, then we've got a two-storey bit that doesn't come out as far as that bit there, and it just seemed very...
But do we use the phrases visual amenity anymore?
Well, you can use it, there's no reason why you can't.
Well, I'm concerned on the impact of the. I'm concerned, and I'm only concerned. I'm not saying review. Over the. I'll use an easy phrase. The mishmash of the roof.
Contrived roof form.
Yeah. Thank you. Contrived. Very good word. Thank you.
Contrived roof form is normally what we use.
Yeah. Okay. That's it. The contrived roof form I have concerns about. So again, it's a case of expressing concern. Who's happy with that?
Can we express concern then about, so it would be possible loss of amenity to neighbours, lack of parking provision, and contrived roof form?
Yeah.
Are you happy with that?
Do we want to make reference to the loss of amenity to the neighbours from the flank wall, or just have a generic loss of amenity? Okay.
Because although they've obviously got the space down between them and the neighbourhood, the fact that they're going further forward of the building line of all the neighbours, they're also going further back as well.
Is there a bulk sizing message?
I don't know if you want to go quite as far as that necessarily,
Fine,
to be honest.
I'll be honest. I'll go quiet on that.
Right.
Thank you.
I have policy 72.1 as well now, and 5 in addition. Okay.
Right, 5181571, no comment required by committee. 5181600, 12 Netherfield Road, Harpenden, don't understand that bit, but recommendation, the committee have no objection subject to the removal of any permitted development rights rather than conditions within the roof space.
In the sense of this one, I actually just repeated the wording from the last application. Because
Right, okay.
it says the house itself remains the same. The change relates to a link from the house to the detached double garage. Creates parking for 4 cars. Appears ample space for the garage. HTC has no problem with the previous application. So I just really repeated the words that I said before.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. So we're staying with conditions rather than rights.
Well, they are the.
That's what they
what
don't.
I'm saying, yeah.
Okay,
So
fine.
that's what I
Yeah.
literally
Right. No problem.
switched the words
Yeah.
from what they said last time.
Thank you, and again, everybody's happy with that?
Yes.
5181623, 38 Meadway, Harpenden. No objection, subject to no loss of amenity to neighbouring properties. Policy 72.5 of the district plan refers. That's nice in the park, 2-story.
fine. First Midway.
Thank you. 5180777, Aldington Place, Cowper Road, Harpenden. This application does not meet criteria. Oops, turn that one wrong. Try again. 5181346, 93 Overstone Road. Application does not reach criteria. 5181414 we've done. 5181496, 10 Pondwick. No objection. No objection, provided that there would be no loss of amenities to neighbouring properties. Policy 725 to the district plan refers. Okay, well?
Yes.
Yeah, similar to previously, yeah.
Yes, it is.
5181598, 18 Station Road. No comment required by committee. Similarly with 5181617. Right, we've done that one. 5181621 we've already considered.
Which is number 10, Aldersend Lane.
That's it.
Yep.
5181508. No comment required by committee. 5181624. 62 Station Road. No objection, subject to the appropriate design and use of materials on this locally listed building in the conservation area. Policies 85 little 1 little c and 87 of the district plan refers. Everybody happy with that one?
Yeah, appropriate signs, materials and stationery, yeah.
4 Barton Close. This application does not meet the criteria for consideration of the committee. Right, here we go. 5181361. Part single, part 2-storey side and rear extensions with roof lights, a single-storey front extension, new patio at 34 St James's Road, and committee to consider.
Okay.
Councillor Martin, your ward, I believe. Yes. No, sorry, it's north. Sorry, straight over the border.
Had a lot of drawings, actually, on this one, I'm afraid. But okay, so the reason why I've said to committee to consider is that they're building along the boundary line for the length of the house. Concerned about being a lot going on, contrived roof form, there are flat elements with grass planted and wood cladding. So, yeah. Quite a lot, to be honest.
Could we take a look at this one, please?
Well, I can remember I really didn't like it, but I can't actually remember all the things that I didn't like, but yeah, a lot going on.
Yeah.
I immediately don't like the fact it's on the boundary all the way through.
No.
That's overdevelopment.
If you sort of compare that one and that one, then
Look at it, like,
the matching
all you
pair,
do
as
is
it
hear
were.
that and you just know it's overdevelopment.
Can we whack this one up, possibly, please?
Yeah.
Although, albeit 9 years out, I'd say.
They're not all of the streets
No, I suppose
lying
they're not.
about date,
Some-
actually. Some
yeah.
of them are more up
Yeah.
to date.
No one probably searches Street View of Harpenden, that's why Google Maps probably don't update it that regularly.
Well,
Perhaps.
we keep searching it.
Yeah, we're probably the only ones that do. Google Maps probably, they probably
No,
know.
no, we're councillors.
Yeah, well, Google know who looks at the street scenes,
Yeah.
because they have all of our data, don't they? You know, they have been pinpointed to my location now on my phone, so.
We know what we're doing, Councillor
Yeah,
William.
yeah.
That's George Orwell in 1984.
Yeah.
The only thing is I'm not, I didn't actually, I should have, previously didn't actually print off the, should have looked before.
So it should actually be a metre away from the boundary anyway, shouldn't it?
Should ideally, yes, but
So just that one.
It's going from a 2-bed,
Gross over
by the looks of
development.
it, to 4.
Coming to mind.
Pip, could you just pass me the site plan next to you, please? Thank you. Just pass the site plan.
I mean, the rear extension is a single-storey extension, so it's not a two-storey extension. But I have no desire to see this one approved because it's on the boundary line, and that's going to be amenities, neighbours, development. To be honest, I don't really need to look.
I think we're going over this, right, don't worry.
I'm sort of struggling.
Yeah, okay, struggle no longer.
It's very
You
similar
can see
street,
they're all
isn't it?
pretty much the same
Yeah.
sort of style, where we've got
Yeah.
this, I think what doesn't help as well is that the street seems to slope up, so we've got everything to the right, it's
Yeah.
going to be higher up, and
It'll be bad for the street scene as well, I think.
Overdevelopment, are we saying, for yes or no?
Definitely.
Overdevelopment, street scene,
Amenity, neighbours.
amenities to
Well,
the
steady on
neighbours.
for a minute. I've got to write this down.
I personally have never seen, in the 3 years I've been here now, that anyone ever built right up to the boundary line, being able to come close, but they've not actually physically built right on the boundary line. I
we've
don't think
seen
I've
them
seen
where they've gone
anything.
up to the boundary, but never the whole length of the house.
Yeah.
So recommend refusal, do you want to say, so overdevelopment,
Yeah.
what's the plot? Okay, and it's grass, isn't it? It's growing, isn't it?
We're a bit eco, are we? So I'm not supposed to say that.
There's a lot of flat roofs
Withdraw
going
that
on,
comment.
and
Well, no, so that you can come out from your patio door into your garden.
Oh, well, that in itself is overlooking then. I'd object to being able to walk out on that roof. Strongly, sorry, I hadn't interpreted that.
It says proposed casement window, but the patio door isn't.
Yeah. However we word that one, that's another no.
I have got reference here to balconies.
We would say that it appears to form a balcony.
Bedroom 4, and it is the green roof.
Unless it isn't actually, you can't walk out onto it, but it's just sort of one of these funny
How do you
green.
how do you maintain it? No, that in my personal mind is a balcony by another name.
We've got this sort of timber-clad extension as well, with dark stains.
Well, we could mention materials in it.
Could mention design, yeah.
Although it's not conservation area, is it?
No, but that's
still,
irrelevant.
it's still bad design.
Yeah. So we're unhappy with the design and the materials.
Lack of parking provision.
Well, that's the point, is how many bedrooms we going to?
It looks like from 2 to 4.
2 to 4, so again, insufficient parking.
There are a plethora of reasons that we can use here to object to this.
Being facetious as I usually am, there are insufficient grounds to pass me the search warrant.
You listed all manner of things, so it's overdevelopment of the plot, poor design with the use of the timber cladding, lack of parking provision, and what was it, so, loss of community. No, what we'll do is not loss of community, adverse effects.
Yeah.
Neighbouring properties, sorry. From it is a full length.
Yes.
No, so from the boundary line.
And again, sorry, were we back to the rule that says you've got to be a metre back?
Well, at ground floor level you don't have
Don't
to
have
be,
to.
no.
So it is just single story.
But it is pretty poor practice to have
Yeah.
a semi-detached house where you attach to another house on one side and then you build along the whole of the boundary on the opposite side. I mean, it's just
Oh, it's part
more
two, part
practice
two, so
really.
it's
I mean,
not
and then you
really
start
technical.
getting into the realms of terracing and things, don't you?
Yeah, okay, fine.
Really.
Right, he didn't use it in the last one, but I mean, it's out, unbalances the pair.
Yeah, I'll make a note of that.
This is an occasion when looking at what's there, it can, and it does. How were we off with the roof bit again? Was that giving us concern?
Well, no, I don't think it's contrived in the same way that the other one was. I've made mention actually to the use of flat roof, which we're never really in favour of, are we, really? Oh, probably, sorry. So in a sense, actually, the roof form doesn't really change dramatically, actually, at the higher levels. Got all this lot going on at the back, which is funny.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you give us a read back?
Okay, so I will have to make this much more sort of grammatically correct, but just to make it clear, we are recommending refusal. So the basic points I've got here is it's an overdevelopment of the plot, poor design with the use of timber cladding, lack of passing provision, adverse effect on the neighbouring property from the boundary line extension, use of flat roof, which is an unbalancing to the pair of semis. And then I will add the policy numbers to that, which will be policy 69 and policy 17.
And we're all happy with that?
Happy.
Yeah, you're happy with that?
Yeah, thank you. Right, okay, next one, 518-1436. 6 Cross Pass. No objection, subject to no loss of amenity to neighbouring properties. Policy 72.5 of the district plan refers. Any comment on that one from anybody?
No.
Thank you. 518-1686, application does not meet criteria. 518-1688, application does not meet criteria. 518-1697, 18 Spring Crescent, Harpenden. Springfield Crescent. I knew it said something wrong and it hadn't clicked what it was. Thank you. No objection, subject to no adverse effect on neighbouring properties. Policy 72.5 of the district plan refers.
Happy, yeah.
Thank you. 518-1627, 4 Oakfield Road, Harpenden. This application does not meet the criteria for consideration by the committee. 518-1630, 10 Uplands, Harpenden. Demolition of existing and erection of a detached dwelling with basement and associated works. No history, committee to consider.
Yes,
Yeah, what's that? Missed that one.
quite a big one, I'm afraid. Okay, so here's the street scene with the proposed. We've got
That's on only
ones that would be much more in keeping with sort of more of a rural setting, I would probably say, to be honest. So it's not necessarily about, well, it is rather substantial what they're proposing to do, but I was just a little bit unsure about the high ridge height, unsure about the materials, and about it being in keeping with surrounding properties in the area. It's sort of, when you look at this one here, it looks much more sort of kind of more rural looking,
The
sort of much
uplands,
more
yeah.
wooden.
The uplands
Frames
have modern
and-
buildings, don't they?
They are now, yes, they're
Yes.
sort of more lending themselves to that. We have got substantial properties either side, but this is quite not.
But the
It does look a
uplands
little rustic and barn-like.
Well, it
In
does,
a way,
sort of, but
yeah,
it does in
yeah.
that picture there, but then maybe not
Not
quite
so much,
so
yeah.
there.
But the uplands is quite a rural setting area because it, I believe, it overlooks the fields, doesn't it?
I think that's Prospect, isn't it? I think
No,
that's,
it overlooks, uplands overlooks the fields over
going, looking towards
Towards
Redbourne.
Redbourne.
Yeah, quite high up, yeah. So you can see why someone would want to put a
Yeah, I
more
think,
rural house in what they could kind of see as a rural location. You can be sat out in the back, and you can kind of feel like you are in a more rural area.
this
So
is in the middle of the street scene though, this.
Yes.
Just look at the bridge height there though, it doesn't look, I mean, it's can't tell for sure. It looks similar to this one here, very similar.
It does, although that other one's not
Just when
building
you look
quite the same
to the
extent.
house to the right,
Yeah.
just this there.
Have we got a, well, it's difficult to say.
It looks on the Google Maps. Yeah, there hasn't been a huge amount of change since
No.
2009 around here. I used to wash cars around here, and there's not been a huge amount of change from
Probably delivered their paper too.
didn't deliver their paper wash cars around here. There's not been a huge amount of change. I drove around there recently, just memory lane. I think MPPF coming out here says reward good. Basically says look, there's good design. It should be sort of
This is the house that's going.
yeah.
Okay, this is the one that's being lost, and then this is the one next door to it. Which is a much more modest.
No letters of objection.
Not to us, I can check online. But it's unlikely really that there'll be very many, because this house to the other side,
That's already gone, it's already been done, isn't it?
which is, yeah, I think it has to
I
be.
like the design.
2011 that picture, so.
I like the design. I think it would be good. I don't really see any problems here.
I don't think I have any objection on, this one in the location that it is,
Okay.
given the size of the plot, etc. Again, in that sort of general area rather than just the uplands itself, it fits in with what is happening around the surrounding area, and by that it's not particularly out of keeping with the area or the street scene. These are they're individual character properties, each one of them in their own right, and they have sort of modernised over a period, and this is just part of that modernisation rather than to use a phrase, a car bunker on a semi-detached.
Definitely.
And it's a different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
This isn't the same, anyway.
But it seems like it's been done in a
That's
nicer way.
That's a different house.
When you say it's a different house.
It's not the same as this.
Yes, I did wonder, but that's
Hang on a minute, are we doing what's... No, that's not what's being demolished, is
Totally
it?
different.
Oh, heck.
The problem is I hadn't gone Barcelona mad. That was why I was unsure about it. Because I
Yeah, exactly like you say.
Yeah.
That looks like something that should be in the middle of a
Of a-
field
yeah.
somewhere. That looks like a barn conversion.
Wait,
Whereas
sorry,
that
I've just
is
noticed
something
something I hadn't noticed before. This is
Yeah.
Welsh oak frame. So it is, my comment about it is a bit of a barn is literally true. It is a barn-like
This is-
construction.
This isn't,
Yeah,
but
but
this is...
Well, that's different to what
this
it's showing. Are we got the
Totally
right
different.
bits?
No, this isn't the same house.
It's different, isn't it? Let me...
Totally.
Honestly, I promise you, I haven't gone Barcelona mad.
I was
That
quite
was
hopeful
part of what was printed off with
Yeah,
the...
that's nothing to do with it.
I was getting excited.
Because everything about it is different.
It's different.
Yeah,
thought we were
material,
returning to a
even
retro style,
even if you were looking at style, the way they've filled in these areas are totally different to the way.
Because annoyingly, they don't actually give you the address of what this one actually is. Do they? Maybe. That I think that is correct. That there is definitely correct.
That's got 10.
That matches that.
That's got 10 uplands on it.
Was it uploaded to the site?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this a bit of marketing material that came through? And you just
It looks like it.
Yeah.
And it's what they based, I mean, you can see that the sort of the basic design has been the overall design view has been taken through to the other house. That's a timber frame, and this is quite obviously brick construction.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think Welsh oak frame house is putting us off the scent.
It is.
Oh, this is interesting. We now actually have proposed plans and elevation amended.
Right, so this may well answer that somebody's put the whoopsie up. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct, the whoopsie up.
So,
May I?
yeah, based
Thank
on
you.
the drawing.
Sorry we're taking so long tonight.
Yeah,
My
Yeah, I
apologies.
don't think we have quite so much of an issue, do we? Okay, we'll just say no objection then.
I'm happy as ever.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just a standard West Common enlargement of a...
Well, absolutely.
Demolition
Um,
and then rebuild.
You know, unless they're,
Broad base, that belongs
you
to.
know, they're not putting any random objects in the garden, are they?
No. 5181640, 23 Barnes Road, no objection.
Yeah.
5181389, 27A Wordsworth Road, no objection. Sorry, this is a single story front extension, front canopy, alterations to openings and partial rendering of front elevation with timber boarding. No objection, subject to appropriate design and use of materials in the conservation area. Policy 85.1, little 1 and C of the district plan refers. Okay, very happy. 5181643, 28 Wordsworth. No objection, subject to an appropriate design and use of materials on this locally listed building sited in the Harpenden Conservation Area. Policy 85 and 87 district plan refer. 5181645, 70 Luton Road, single story side and rear extension and instalment of original sash windows following demolition of existing single story side. Oh right, existing extensions rather than the whole building, I guess. Am I right on that?
Yeah, so I think what they're looking to do is
Yeah.
they're actually demolishing a part of the extension, but they're actually going to put the original sash windows from that back into the house.
Right, okay, fine, that's clear, thank you. Alright, no objection, so to an appropriate design and use of materials in this locally listed building sited in the Harpenden Conservation Area. Policies 85 and 87 district plan refer. Any more to that? 5181647, Harry, you okay?
Yeah, sorry, yes.
5181647, 7 Park Avenue South. Application does not meet criteria. 5181663, 12 Holy Lodge, 12 Clarence Road, no comment required. 5181667, no comment required. 5181668, 10A.
Have you done the Overstone Road one?
Yeah, so I did 1667, yep. 35 Overstone Road, I've done, and that was no comment. 5181668, sorry. 10A Townsend Road. Which is single story front part, single part 2-story rear extension with roof lights, new patio, change of fenestration, first floor walls following removal of existing conservatory. Resubmission. No objection, subject to the appropriate design and use of materials in the Harpenden Conservation Area. Policy 85 of the district plan refers. Are we happy with that?
Yeah.
Nothing additional. 5181676, former Harpenden House Hotel, 18 South Down Road, and that's a no comment required by committee, it's just a discharge of conditions. Fine, thank you very much, that's that main part of the agenda completed. And we pass on to item 7, that's correction, I guess. Item 7, appeals. No appeals have been received for consideration. Item 8, prior notifications, Appendix C. Any comments on those? No. Thank you. List of weekly St Albans District Council decisions, Appendix D. Anything that we need to refer to?
No,
Thank you.
not really, don't you?
Application for tree works, anything on that one?
No.
Date of next meeting, which is plans B on Tuesday the 7th of August. And development control is the 30th of July
Yeah, plans not,
2018. And our next is,
Our next meeting won't be until
Well, no, it's in the end of August.
end of August. Yes, so 6 weeks. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, so if
that
they're,
will
well,
do
here we go,
as
so if they're the 7th,
Yeah.
be the 28th, Tuesday the 28th,
Thank
day
you.
after the bank holiday.
Oh dear. Oh well, no bother. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Thank you
so
very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you,
meeting
Clark.
closed at
Meeting closed at
9:10.